Switch system November 17th.
I can't
Pre-orders are available
myself.
now
I can't contain
on
myself for
Nintendo
this
eShop.
game.
Hey. Look alive.
Okay, I did it again. I'm going to touch on the changes in the Mario RPG Remake and share my reaction in its entirety to the announcement. Again, this is really embarrassing to share, but like I love this game. I love it. I can't contain myself when I talk about this game. It's plays from the heart. It's ridiculous. It's sad. It's embarrassing, but like this is raw. This is how I am with this game, and I am so excited for this to release. I'm a grown man with a 401k, and I'm taking off time from my job to play this game when it releases during holiday. That's if that gives you any indication of what this game means to me. So anyway, I need a second. I'm Solace. This is Solace and Dread. We produce reaction videos as well as analytical content, primarily focused on Square Enix, Nintendo, and Capcom publications. Today's game is both a Square Enix and Nintendo game. Here is my reaction to the trailer today regarding the combat, some new boss mechanics, new story mechanics. Here it is.
Mario's first RPG adventure returns. The Super Mario RPG game is back with updated graphics.
I know.
Let's go over some new
it's the
and
River
returning
Course
gameplay features. Time your button presses
looks
with action
great. It
commands
looks
to
so
increase damage
beautiful.
dealt or decrease damage received. When you time your attacks
the
perfectly,
battle
you can now
theme.
damage all enemies
hear
at
it.
once.
Dun 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 dun.
Every successful action command will fill this
Solid
gauge.
Shimmy has arrived.
When it's full, you can unleash
That's a
the
big
3-character
turtle.
triple move.
Why was he so fast?
I knew it!
Depending on your current party, the move will change, so experiment with different combos. During your adventure, you'll encounter bosses with colorful personalities. After clearing the game, you can fight some of them again.
What?
But these powered-up bosses aren't gonna be
Oh,
easy.
they're powered up. They get tougher. That's cool.
Whoa! They added boss fights.
Set off for adventure with Mario and Friends when Super Mario RPG launches on the Nintendo Switch system November 17th.
I can't
Pre-orders are
contain
available
myself. I
now
can't contain
on
myself for
Nintendo
this
eShop.
game.
Hey. Look alive. We're almost
Two
Now it
memories.
looks like you're crying over
One
another
day,
code.
a young girl named Ashley receives a letter.
I was dumbfounded. They're giving us so much more than a standard remaster or remake. This is a dream come true. They're adding challenge. They're making this game insane. I can't help but wonder what else is new. Okay, let's talk about some of the changes. They added boss fights. So if it's only after you clear the game, it's not, you can't go back and fight them apparently immediately. Booster in the first game, as much as Booster is loved, he was never a boss. You never actually had to do battle with him. And going back and fighting these guys
After clearing the game, you can
where
fight
they're
some of them
way
again.
harder. Some of these guys had some really interesting battle
powered-up
mechanics,
bosses
like
aren't
Johnny
gonna
and
be
Punchinello. I mean, look, Booster did max damage. Probably a thing where you need to stop him from pulling off his toy train attack. I'm over the moon about that. I love secret bosses. As a Star Ocean fan, I love super bosses at the end of games. It seems like Culex is still there. You can still fight Culex, but I wonder if he's going to be harder, because before you were able to take him on pretty easily. I wouldn't say easily, but you could take him on before you finish fighting the final boss, and he wasn't, too much harder than the final boss himself. I do wonder about Culex, if they're going to keep the original dialogue from Ted Woosley, or if they're going to give a more faithful translation. Because I learned watching She Says' video on his region break video on the Boundary Break channel that Culex makes a joke about being 2D in a 3D world, and it was completely lost in translation because Ted Woosley changed all of the context. So I do wonder if you time your hits, if there's multiple levels of what your bonus is. Like maybe you time it, but it's not as perfect and it still does the double animation, but it doesn't do the splash damage. And then maybe when you get a perfectly timed hit, it'll do the bonus damage and the splash damage. I don't know. I don't think that I've seen a timed hit in the game where it didn't have the splash damage in either one of the trailers, but I'm going to hold out hope. And maybe that we will get different degrees of damage. It does seem like they increase the damage values a little bit. Like maybe the HP and of some of the enemies has changed. I know this would be an absolutely deadly attack in the original game. Like I don't ever recall getting a 400 damage hit on enemies in Nimbus Land with punch gloves or with the fuzzy gloves. We'll see when it comes out, but I'm pretty sure that they increase the HP and damage values. Also, one more thing that I'm really happy that they confirmed, and I was right, by the way, is that you have a chain gauge, and the more of these actions that you complete, the higher your chain gauge goes, which is down here on the bottom left. And when it's full, you're doing a big triple ultimate attack. And I love that it changes depending on your party composition. I wonder how much of it changes though. Like, can you have Bowser still do his attack while Mario and Geno are in the party? Because I do see, like here, this is a pre-rendered thing. So it's like, can this same attack be done by Bowser with Geno in play? Or is it always going to be, Geno taking the lead? You know what? Now that I'm saying it out loud, like here is a super attack between Geno, Mario, and Bowser. But in the original trailer, we saw this very same thing or something very close with Geno, Mario, and Mallow. See, in the original trailer, they show Mallow and Geno in an attack together. So perhaps they do allow some mixing and matching for all of the triple attacks that you can do. And if so, that's fantastic. And maybe that still gives us hope that you can formulate a party without Mario. So I'm not going to rule it out just yet. This is one of the things that made me super happy was seeing this. Like, this is the scene when you finish rescuing Princess Peach and you bring her back to the castle. This is clearly the scene where you guys are leaving and she jumps out of the castle tower and joins your party. But they added a whole cutscene here. So I do wonder, maybe they added some voice acting. Maybe, they could have really contextualized a lot of what happened here. This was a cutscene in the original game, but it still is it's bigger. It's more grand. So I wonder if they did this for other sections in the game. When in fact, on that note, there are bosses that definitely seem to have some cutscenes and little animations that weren't given that kind of time of day in the original game. So like, this is a relatively forgettable boss, and he's got this whole cutscene animation. I don't know if that's from an attack or what the case is going to be here, but I'm really excited to see the changes and polish they added to moments that would have otherwise been forgotten from the original game. Whew. It's so hard for me to talk about this game and maintain my composure. It is so difficult. Like, even this is now a cutscene close to the end of the game. This is probably where they're going to the final boss's realm. I don't want to spoil it. And it's like right before the final dungeon, if you will. But I love this. I love it so much. The music, hearing the combat or the battle theme so clearly, and everything's newly arranged. And I can't handle this game. I can't. I really hope that people who didn't play the original do get to play it again. I'm really sorry for my kind of cringe reactions and the way I talk about this. And it's really like hard for me to upload this because I've gotten some sentiments in the comments before where people said it was kind of silly for a grown man to freak out over games like this, but this is my childhood, and this takes me back to the happiest points of my youth, and with my friends and my parents, and getting me this game, and it unlocks something. This childhood nostalgia is completely unlocked, and it pours out of me, and I apologize. I know a lot of you, and the majority of you said, hey, don't be embarrassed, but it is embarrassing for me. This game means the world. No game could ever mean more to me. This game is the reason I'm obsessed with Bowser. It has persisted through my entire life. It is why I make so much Mario content, and I love it. I love Mario RPG. I do, and I don't even know if I'm gonna upload this. I really can't wait for this to come out. I'm so excited. So anyway, I'm gonna end it here before I become an even bigger mess. Thank you for watching. We'll see you soon, and long live the Turtle Kingdom.